So before Alpha, I was a atheist, I'd say. I mean, I didn't really go around saying I was like defending atheism. I didn't even really pay attention to all that stuff. I thought all that God stuff was a fantasy. I was raised a Buddhist, but I didn't really believe in that stuff either. I just thought it was a way of living, and I didn't really understand it. I was just there for the food and for friends. I struggled with making friends in junior high. I didn't have anyone that I could really lean on, and I started getting very depressed. Yeah, it was a really dark time in my life. That's kind of where the reality of the world hit me. So years later, I kind of got out of that depressive state. I got more friends, and I started living life a little bit more. But I was still kind of had that emptiness inside of me that I couldn't ever get rid of. A friend of mine was hosting a faith study group called Discovery, and he kind of just invited me. I had no idea what it was. I don't know. I don't really remember why I went either. I think I just went because my other two close friends were going. Yeah, one day he saw on his friend's story about Alpha. It sounded cool, so we decided to try it out since we were discovering our faith. And yeah, so we took that leap of faith and joined Alpha. So the first few nights, I still didn't really understand really that much about Alpha. The reason I kept coming back was because of the talks and the people, even though I still didn't really know what I believed or what they really believed. I just kind of wanted to learn more about it little by little. And as I kept watching the videos and how they talked about like how Christ loves us and stuff, I started to kind of feel that emptiness being filled a bit, like touched. It's kind of a hard thing to explain, but it kind of felt like my walls were breaking down a bit. I was kind of being more open to the faith. I think it was like night 4 or 5. I remember they told us to do this exercise. It was this painting of Jesus up on the screen. It was called The Light of the World, and it was Jesus standing at this old viney door. And they told us to close our eyes and imagine Jesus at the door of your heart, knocking, asking to come in. And I was kind of skeptical at first, but I decided to open that door, kind of just imagine myself open that door, and I literally felt him walk in. And it wasn't a forceful one, it wasn't like he barged in. I kind of just felt at peace. I just remember there was a lot of just vulnerable moments praying, but I had this strong feeling, even though I still had so much stuff to learn. I just knew that I wanted to follow Jesus. And yeah, I just remember just crying a ton and like praying a lot. There were still so many things I was holding on to that I just didn't want to let go yet. And I couldn't understand why I had to let them go. So as Alpha came to an end, my friend Caleb, he was one of the co-leaders at my table, he was getting baptized at the Easter Vigil. You know, after deciding to follow Jesus, I thought that would be the next step. So he helped me sign up for OCIA. Yeah, so fast forward a year, the day finally came where I was going to get baptized. I couldn't explain the feeling that day. My year-long journey of going through OCIA, learning about Jesus, learning about his church, and all the battles I struggled with, all the trials I struggled with throughout that journey getting here. It definitely wasn't easy. There was a lot of wanting to give up, wanting to just abandon everything. And yeah, but I knew he was there for me throughout the whole thing. I wasn't alone in it. And I had so much support from my family at the church, my friends. After I got splashed with that water, my body just couldn't stop shaking. I was just filled with the Holy Spirit, and I was just so happy to receive all of Jesus and to finally receive all of it. Now that I gave my life to Jesus and decided to follow him in every moment of my life, I'm just excited to participate in his church and his kingdom, and for him to just use me for whatever good he wants to do. I just hope my story can serve others and help others in their journey, or inspire others to have faith in Jesus, because it changed my life. And I really hope that people can come to experience the life that he has to offer.